Top 20 train driver interview questions and answers. Who is a train driver? This is an individual who drives a train or a locomotive. Below are the top 20 interview questions and answers you are likely to be asked. Also, there is a sample answer about how you are supposed to phrase your answer when answering the questions. 1. Why are you interested in this role? Here, your interviewer expects you to tell them why you want to work in their company. Consider talking about getting a job to earn a living and learning from them as well. Sample answer. As a well-experienced train driver, I would like to put my skills that I have learned in training and through experience into work. I would be delighted to use the knowledge and skills I have gained to offer driving services to your company as a train driver. According to a research I have conducted about your train transport company, I have seen a great performance in the transport sector. I want to be part of this team that is doing great work in maximizing the profit of this company by offering transport services. In addition, I would like to learn and improve my skills through your team as well. 2. What are the roles of a train driver? The interviewer wants to know whether you are aware of the duties and responsibilities that you are supposed to perform as a train driver. Talk about the critical roles of a train driver. Sample answer. As a train driver, I am expected to perform several duties which among them are: A. Check controls and equipment before a journey. B. Drive the train between stations or freight depots. Speak with control centers along the route about any issues. C. Follow track signaling, safety, and speed instructions. D. Leave platforms and pull into stations safely. D. Make passenger announcements. These are the primary duties that I am responsible for as a train driver. 3. What are the qualities that a train driver need to be successful? Your interviewer wants to know what qualities you would need to be successful in this role. Talk about the qualities of a good train driver that would make them successful in this role. Sample answer. A good train driver would have a responsible attitude towards their work. Also, train drivers should have the ability to stay calm in stressful situations and not lose concentration. Sound judgment, quick reactions, and initiative are also essential for train drivers. Also, train drivers should always be able to observe rules and regulations, as train drivers are expected to follow set procedures. Lastly, stamina to keep alert and concentrate for long periods, as driving trains can be tiring and monotonous. 4. What major challenges did you face during your last role? How did you manage? Your interviewer wants to know what challenges you came across and how you solved them. Talk about the difficulties that you have had in your previous roles. Sample answer. One of the biggest challenges that I have faced in this role is fatal accidents due to failure to observe road safety measures by road users and motorists. Especially where we have crossways for rail and road, many accidents occur. Train drivers always try to avoid this by hooting and giving alerts when near to these crossways. Most motorists just underestimate the train distance and speed and move on to cross with the train just a few meters from them, and then boom. Some life is lost. This is a big challenge that should be campaigned against at all times. 5. Describe your daily routine as a train driver. The interviewer wants to know what your daily schedule would be like. Give them an organized routine starting from the first activity to the last activity of the day. Sample answer. As a train driver, I wake up early depending on my shift and rush to work. Once I get to work, I have to sign in and change into my work attire. A typical day starts and ends at a point that is a street station. I would then get briefings of where I am supposed to deliver goods and check on the route. After every cargo has been loaded, I have to confirm that everything is in place considering safety measures too. After confirming that, I may kick off my journey to the desired destination. 6. Describe briefly about your experience. Here, your interviewer wants you to talk about your past roles and how long you worked as a train driver. Talk about the positions you have held, for how long, and the experience you got. Sample answer. As a train driver, I have worked for 5 years in 2 different workplaces. One was in a metal production company, and the other one was a logistic company that strictly offered transport services. The first year, I started working as a train coordinator for 3 years, and I was promoted to be a train driver since I had all the qualifications needed. After that, I worked as a train driver for 1 year, and due to my excellent performance, I was transferred to another company where I gained a lot of experience since I could interact with other train drivers and learn from them as well. I worked there for 5 years, and my contract ended. I believe that the experience that I have gained in this industry can make me work in any train transportation company. 7. What kind of strategies and mindsets are required for this role? The interviewer wants to know the attitudes you have towards this role. Talk about your attitudes and a key focus in this role. Sample answer. As a well-experienced train driver, I should be able to focus on long-term quality work by ensuring timely and safe delivery to my employer's clients. The main focus should be on learning and observing what I can add to my skills to better my performance as a trained driver and, at the same time, satisfy my employer's customer expectations. Whenever I try out new ideas and make mistakes, I should know that I am learning new techniques to offer the best services that I can. All that is always on my mind is offering timely delivery and safe delivery for all our clients. 8. What is the biggest challenge that you foresee in this job? The interviewer knows that you must have foreseen a big challenge that might affect this field in the future. Talk about the challenge that you think might bring a negative impact in the future. Sample answer. In the future, I believe that we will need more technology in this industry. There should be well-seen signposts and alerts when the train is near. The Road Safety Authority should focus more on crossway safety so that we can avoid these types of accidents that regularly occur due to negligence. With this, we will have saved many lives that might help us in other sectors. 9. How do you stay motivated in your work? When the interviewer asks you this question, they expect you to talk about what keeps your morale day by day. Talk about your motivation while working. Sample answer. As far as my motivation is concerned, it all comes from my career. Giving interesting and professional service has always been my motivation. Whenever I designed new styles of making and serving train delivery goods that I have been sent to deliver, I could see the customers' smiles and positive feedback due to timely and safe delivery of their goods. That would tell me that services are pleasing someone. That is all that motivates me. 10. Describe a time when you failed in this role and the lessons you learned. The interviewer expects you to tell them when you made a mistake in your career and were able to learn a lesson from it. Talk about one event you failed and the results were not as you expected them to be. Sample answer. As we all know, a high level of concentration is pretty essential in this field. One time when I was in my entry level, I used to find it so difficult to have a focused concentration all along until I completed my journey. The train itself can be boring, and you may find yourself losing concentration while driving. At some point when I was driving, I lost concentration a little bit and failed to signal when I was near my destination. Although I was not on a high speed, it is important to be alert that you are near your destination for the safety of course. I came to learn that it is very essential to have a high level of concentration as a train driver. 11. Why do you feel you are most suited for this role? The interviewer wants to know why you think you are the best candidate for this role. Consider talking about the unique experience and skills that differentiate you from any other candidate. Sample answer. This is a post that needs an experienced person who can handle all the situations and with a lot of professionalism and safety. I believe that I have all the experience needed for this post. Having worked in this relevant field for 7 years, I believe I have all it takes to be the train driver you are looking for in this company. In addition, I believe that I have all the skills and knowledge needed for this post. I would be delighted if you considered my 4-year experience in this field as an added advantage to me. 12. Share with us your greatest achievement. Your interviewer wants to know what aims you have dreamed of achieving and you achieved them. Talk about the most meaningful goals that you have achieved, awards, and promotions in your career. Sample answer. As a sort of appreciation and recognition of the employer's efforts, my previous employer would recognize and award the best staff every year. I won this title for 3 consecutive years. This would be determined by the customers. There would be a rating device when at the door where you would rate the service out of 5 stars. At the end of the year, each staff would get all the performance and the best would win this title. This award came along with a certificate. 13. Give us 5 types of trains that you know of. The interviewer wants to know whether you have the right knowledge in this industry. Tell them the different types of trains that exist in this field. Sample answer. There are different types of trains that are used for transport across the world. Some of the main types are A. Long-distance trains. B. Short-distance trains. C. Named trains. D. Automated people mover, APM trains. D. Freight trains. These are the main types of trains that are very common. 14. Give us the main types of passenger rails. The interviewer wants to know whether you know the different types of passenger rails that exist in this field. Sample answer. These are the main types of passenger rails. A. Long-distance passenger rail service. B. Amtrak. C. State-supported intercity passenger rail. B. Light rail. D. Monorail. F. Heritage trains. To my knowledge, these would be the top 5 types of passenger rails. 15. Give us essential passenger rail safety tips. Everything has rules and guidelines that you should follow when preparing to use rail as your mode of transport. This is all that your interviewer wants to know about. Sample answer. There are several rules that are followed when traveling by train. You need to follow them to make sure that you are on the safe side. These are: stay alert, watch the overhang, watch your every step, When on board, stay on hold. Don't take a shortcut. These are the basic rules that should be followed when using the train as your transport means. 16. Mention the main train signals. The interviewer wants to know whether you know more about train signaling. Mention the main train signals that you are aware of. Sample answer. These are route and track locking, signals at junctions, interlocking, route signaling, route setup. 17. What do you know about our company and have you ever used our services? Your interviewer wants to know whether you are aware of the company that you are interested in working for. Sample answer. Railway Logistic Company was started in 1999 by M. Seeley Order, who died in 2009. It is a company that is well known for its logistic services around the country. It offers transport services for bulky goods. It has been doing well in recent years since it is one of the leading logistic companies in the country. I have never used your services, but I am looking forward to it. 18. How did you learn that we are recruiting? The interviewer wants to know how you knew that there was a train driver vacancy in their company. Tell them whether someone referred you learned from a poster, or from an advert. Sample answer. Since I love walking around my hood, I learned through a poster I saw that you were recruiting a train driver. Since I have no job at the moment, I did not hesitate to apply for this job. Luckily, I was shortlisted to attend the interview. I believe that I will also get a chance to work for you as well. 19. What is your biggest strength? The interviewer wants to know what it is that you are best at. Sample answer. As far as my career is concerned, I just love working in teams. Teamwork is my biggest strength. When people work together towards a common goal, they achieve the goal easily and faster. 20. Why did you leave your previous role? The interviewer wants to know why you quit your previous role. Be sincere and tell your interviewer why you left your previous role. Sample answer. The reason why I left my previous workplace, it's because it closed down due to the world pandemic, which has affected a lot of businesses across the world. Especially in the transport field, businesses have been closed down to curb the spread of the deadly virus. I hope that I will get a chance to continue working for you. Conclusion. Being a train driver is one of the best careers which are enjoyable while performing. Answer the questions with creativity and show your interviewers that you are the best for that position. All the best.